Welcome back to the garage. I have not posted a video here for a couple of weeks now, but I have been busy. As you can see, the airplane has been moved over from the house garage to what's normally the vet garage, because we've got some other projects to work around. And I have actually got a little bit done on the plane. Check it out. That is all of the rear ribs done. So what we're going to be working on now is setting up to build the front half of the ribs. So right now, what I need to do is I'll trace this out. We'll make a plywood template like I did for the rear part to fit these pieces in so we can build 20 of these babies all alike. Well, 10 facing one direction, 10 facing the other. And here is the front piece that goes there. We'll make a separate form to hammer those out, and then we can get to riveting together until I run out of material. What we have so far is the tracing of the front of the rib, new piece of plywood here. So I am going to trace around that and then cut around the outside edge on the bandsaw. And that will leave this outside piece as a pattern. Put the inside piece, put a gap around the edge for the metal to slide into, and then we'll have a new template for the ribs. I now have all the pieces cut out to form this up. I've got the vertical piece here, went ahead and screwed it to the board. And what I'll do is, all these pieces that go around are 20 thousandths thick, so I got some 20 thousandths stock here. We'll fit that in there. Snug fit, but still enough. It's got a little bit of room because you have to be able to put these in, pull them out to fit them in and rivet it. So we'll get that set. I'll put a couple of screws in there, and then we'll fit these around the side with the same gap, just like back here. Screw those down, and it'll be pretty much done. I'll need to lay the paper template back on and mark where the cross brace goes. All right, the sections are screwed down. Gap around the outside. I went ahead and marked where the cross brace will go. So this thing is ready for business. Now we'll build the ones facing this direction, then we'll flip all this over like we did on the other one and build the ribs for the other side. And I put this on the opposite side of this board that I used for the rear section of the ribs. So whenever I'm done with ribs, I can just put this aside, and if I ever need to build any more ribs, it'll be all ready to go. Now we need to build the little template for the front edge. It's a separate piece made out of 16 thousandths aluminum, and it'll require its own little form to squeeze the piece of aluminum together to where I can hammer over the edges. That'll fit down in the slot. You see right here, this is the piece we need to build the form for. And it has the bend lines around the edges. So what we'll do is we'll make two pieces of the 1/2-inch plywood that go along the dotted line there where it bends. And that will be to squeeze the piece of aluminum in between, and we can hammer these tabs down or bend them up however we need. We should be able to bend that in the break, and then we'll just hammer down the rest of them because they're around a curve. So we'll need two pieces like that, and then I will trace out one that is the full pattern. And I'll probably transfer it to a thin, really thin piece of plywood. And that way I can mark a rib and cut it out. And then we'll put it in between the other two and bend the edges down. Here is the hammer form pattern. Got that laid out. I'll mark that, cut that out. We'll make two of these to sandwich the piece in and then hammer the edge around. This one is the piece cut out to actually cut the aluminum out to. So like I said, I'll make this out of some thin plywood. All right, that's about got it for tonight. Here are the two pieces to sandwich together. They fit right in the nose like it's supposed to. Hammer the first one out. If it doesn't fit in the groove just like I want it, we can adjust it, and then we'll adjust these so the rest of them will fit properly. And here is the piece cut out to mark out on the aluminum. So we just set that down, trace around it, cut out of a piece of aluminum, stick it in between these two, bend it and place it, drop it in the form. Should be pretty easy. You could have built this out of a piece of scrap aluminum or whatever you want, but you do want one template to build all of them out of. You don't want to make copies of copies, because then your dimensions will slowly change as you move from one to the other. So just use one, whatever it's made out of, just use one as your template. All right, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. We'll hopefully get to start building ribs tomorrow. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or any of my others, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. Thanks a lot.